Hey, welcome back to more Let's Play, Gun.Smoke BLIND. In the last one, I did not beat this level. I gave it my best shot. It wasn't enough. I noticed that I kept having problems with the terrain being like restricted, rather. Like right there, like right here, I can't go to the left third of the screen or whatever. And also, just staying alive long enough to get 60,000 points seems tricksy. So what I'm gonna do this time around is I'm gonna try to oh, damn it. I'm going to try to shoot, like, blank spots, because in the last level I found a hidden, like, wanted poster. I just, like, shot the air and it appeared. That's an NES thing that can happen. Apparently there was a lot of hidden thingies in Milon's Secret Castle, which I did play that as a kid. I don't think I beat it as a kid, but I replayed it as an adult, and I was like, this game really isn't that hard. But, yeah, it's okay, but it's generally, I saw a couple of things about it, and it generally was not considered to be, like, good by people that do, like, reviews and stuff. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, when people do reviews, they kind of give the game a bad rap, or the game gets a bad rap from reviewers, just because they didn't, damn it, it was like I was moving right towards it. A good example is Snake, Rattle, and Roll, which was a game from my childhood, and I practiced it. Okay, yeah, when you're playing a game to review it, you basically play it for an hour or two, and then you make the review, make the video, and then you move to the next game. But it's like, yeah, but sometimes games just, like, grow on you, like if you spend the time to actually get good at it, One of the criticisms on Snake, Rattle, and Roll was, they're like, the controls are bad, or whatever. It's like, they're like, it's hard to, like, maneuver, because you're in, like, a 3D isometric world, or whatever, and then there's a lot of, like, platforming and jumping, even though your jumping isn't that great. But, I mean, in terms of, but if you just are willing to, like, stick with it, the controls actually, you can get them to do what you want to do, So, I mean, in terms of, like, the jumping and whatnot, it's like, well, you're going to miss a lot of jumps it's going to result in a lot of deaths, but if you get good at the game, then that doesn't happen anymore. And the game is fun enough to where, sometimes it's like, well, I'm not enjoying the game enough to get good at it, but it's like, oh my gosh, those bullets were so fast. But the soundtrack is really good. Like, that's, like, I don't know, I feel like I used to not give, like, game music enough credit. Oh, damn it. Yeah, see, that's what happened in the last episode, too. I thought I died from touching the dude, but I checked the footage, and for like a split second, there was a bullet on screen. He was just so close to me that it looked like I died from touching him. He just shot me point blank like an asshole. Shit, what was I saying? Oh, something about the controls of Snake, Rattle, and Roll. I don't know, I just feel like it gets a bad rap, but the game is fun. Oh, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is good enough to where, like, that almost makes you just want to keep playing it. I was saying that, like, I used to not think sound, like, music was important, but there are games where it makes a difference. I think a good example is the game, I mean, there's a lot of games this happens. I'm not picking on this particular game, but a good example is the game Lost Odyssey. People that have played RPGs, it's one of the RPGs on the 360. Does anyone who played the game Lost Odyssey remember any of the songs on it? I would say probably not. I don't remember any of the songs. I played the whole game. It's a 4-disc game. I don't remember one song from it. Versus, like, a game like, Shadow Hearts or something. Like, I remember the music from that, and, Final Fantasy games or whatever, remember the music from that, or several, songs or whatever from it. And, like, the songs from Snake, Rattle, and Roll are, like, burned into my freaking memory, and they're super catchy. They're, like, certain songs that, even though you hear them a lot, they're just, like, timeless. You like, I mean, they're timeless, just subjectively to you, to where it's like, I could just listen to it on a loop forever and not get tired of it. I mean, maybe not forever, but... But, is there a point to that? I don't remember. Oh, so they just didn't play it enough to really, like, appreciate it. They just played it for a while, and it's like, oh, this game is hard, and the jumping is hard, so then the game must suck. It's like, actually, if you get, you know, I'm not phenomenal at it, but I can get pretty far. Like, I got pretty freaking good at it, actually. I was never able to beat it, because when you get to the last level, you're basically, you're spending the game ascending, essentially. And when you get to the top, the final level is the moon. And there's no bosses, except for the final boss. And basically, the boss jumps around. It's like a one-screen level, and jumps around the moon. And basically, you're a snake, so your attack is that you hit things with your tongue. And basically, you just have to hit it non-stop for like 10 or 12 seconds. And if you let off the button, if you stop constantly, like, you have to hit it as fast as you can. If you ever stop hitting it, it like instantly gets all its health back. So as it's jumping around, you have to jump behind it and follow it up and down. Like, you have to match its movements perfectly. That way you can continually attack it. And, yeah, there aren't any other bosses. And I didn't know that, like, as a kid, I was just like, oh, is this just, like, the final screen? Like, I thought that you, like, weren't designed... You weren't, like... The game wasn't designed to be, like, beaten. You just stay there forever or whatever. And then found out that you actually can beat it. You just have to tongue the fucking boss. It's a giant, like, shoe, actually, or it's a foot, and you actually just have to hit it so fast that you almost need a turbo controller. But yeah, I've never actually done it myself. I can get to the last level, and I can actually get to the like second to last level without losing a life. Back when I was at like my prime or whatever. Oh man, that game is super fun, actually. And yeah. But yeah, you'll see what I mean. I am curious. I have it on emulator, but I've been purposefully not playing it. I'm always curious to see how much skill I retain when I go a long time without playing games. Sometimes it's not super great. Like, I played Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, and I was utter garbage at it. I used to be really good at it, like super crazy, pixel perfect good. But I played Mario Kart Wii for like almost every day for like 3 years, like a long fucking time. And you almost can't go back after getting used to one kind of control or whatever. And then even like recently, I was playing Road Rash 2, went ahead and bought that, the cartridge or whatever. And I played Mario Kart like a little bit, and I wasn't that good at it, but I was like, okay, I can beat 100 CC at least. And freaking, oh damn it, I played Road Rash 2 for maybe like an hour and a half or something like that, a couple of times. So just that little bit of playing Road Rash 2, and then I went back to Mario Kart, and I couldn't even stay on like the damn road. Like, I couldn't even make the corners. And so I just lost. Like, I played that game a lot as a kid, but I only rented it, and I never owned it. So I didn't play it a lot for a long time. Like, I played it enough to get good, but I didn't play it enough to like stay good at it. Versus like Contra, on the other hand, I played Contra a lot as a kid, and I played it for years and years. It was a game from my childhood, and I just did a one-off of that. I had actually never beaten it with that. Actually, no, wait, I had beaten it. I played it once, like a week before, or maybe like 5 days or something like that, before I did the one-off, and beat it for the first time without the 30 lives code, and then did it on camera while talking was the second time. So yeah, holy shit. See, even though, and then prior to that, I had never owned it on, it wasn't on the, virtual console or whatever, so I hadn't played it since I was like, I don't know, 12 or something like that. So even though I hadn't played it for like 20 years, I still was, I still maintained, or retained rather, like most of my skill. Part of it could be that I did play Super C as an adult, and they're not exactly the same, but they operate sort of similarly. To where maybe some of the skill, like, kind of carried over since the games are so similar, it's possible. Okay, this will be my last attempt for this episode. I'm not even getting, like, close to finding it. The fact that some of the bullets go slow and some go fast is, like, throwing me off. I don't feel like I'm having any particular trouble, they just keep coming up from behind and just shooting me, and sometimes the bullets, like, I don't know if it's showing up on the capture, sometimes the bullets, like, flicker and it just makes it hard to see. They're already hard to see. It's white on gray, man. It's gonna be the first person to have sex with an alien is gonna be white on gray. It is weird how white or how green and gray are the colors that we think aliens will be for some fucking reason. Kind of like we had that. Kind of like how most people can recognize what Jesus looks like, even though there are no pictures of what Jesus looks like. Nobody has any idea what he looks like. I did see a more like a more recent thing of where they're estimating what Jesus would actually look like. And yeah, it's vastly different from the picture or whatever that everyone's grandma has hanging up in their house or whatever. Oh, damn it. Yeah, that was stupid. Man, dude. Yeah, not a super... I mean, that last life was not a good attempt, even though I was attempting it. It didn't look... It was good... I mean, when I say it wasn't a good attempt, that doesn't mean I wasn't trying. It just... I just got hit, and I shouldn't have gotten hit by that. Okay, so in the next one, I'm sort of considering if I should go back to my other save state that has me at like 37,000 points. I have one less life, but I have 37,000 points, so I might be able to stay alive long enough to get to the 60,000. I guess if I did that, I would have to maybe beat the last boss on one life, I guess. If I lose one life, getting the, 23,000 or something like that. It was 30... How many was it? Yeah, 37,950. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. So we'll beat it in the next one. I'll try for a while, and we'll do the same thing I had said in the other one. If I don't beat it in the episode, I'll just cut and then show me beating the boss. So one way or another, we're going to friggin' beat it. So thanks for watching, guys, and please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time, and y'all take care. Bye.